day and said that the Padres are trying to give them Brian Giles, or I shouldn't say trying to unload Brian Giles in his contract. That is not going to happen. I don't see Brian Giles, 37 years old Brian Giles, getting $9 million going to Atlanta just to get rid of their payroll. I understand the Padres want to get rid of their payroll, but if you didn't want to have Brian Giles, then why didn't you just not exercise his option and buy him out for $3 million? So I don't know. Jason, give me a call, man. I want to talk to you. He's got a question in the room, but I'd rather talk to you on the phone. Don't be shy, buddy. Call me. It's fun. So we'll see what happens there. Also, the Padres said no thanks to Trevor Hoffman. Hall of Fame closer? I'm not sure. He could be. He's had the most saves for the San Diego Padres in San Diego history. That's not really saying much. I mean, how much history is there in San Diego if you're a Padre fan? I think the only thing that they celebrate is like some Little League championship in 1961. Has San Diego done anything? Have the Chargers done anything? Have the Padres done anything? I mean, seriously, think about it. This team goes to the World Series one time in '98 with Kevin Brown, and they do nothing. They lose to the Yankees and do nothing. They haven't done nothing. What's funny is I go to Dodger-Padre games, and they talk, man. Those people talk. They act like they're somebody. And it's hard for me because, I'm not the type of guy who goes and disrespects another house, another, visiting park or visiting field, whatever you call it. I'm not that type of guy. So when they come out to me and they talk to me because I'm wearing, Dodger gear or something, it's hard. I'm not going to sit there and yap about this guy about how much better the Dodgers are than the Padres. No, my boys on the field do that. They do the talking for me. But, why talk? Why are you going to talk? Good point, JM. Send the Clippers back there. Can you imagine how much more worse the San Diego team would be, the San Diego City would be, if you send the Clippers out there? Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So Trevor Hoffman, they had a deal in place for $4 million next year and a $4 million option for the year after that. They took it off the table. I think they took it off the table once the owner was going to get a divorce. That's a low blow. I'm not going to go there. I shouldn't have said that. We got some rumors. We got some rumors out there on the table. One in Arizona, Eric Burns and Chad Tracy supposedly headed to Baltimore for Brian Roberts. So Eric Burns, Chad Tracy for Brian Roberts. Brian Roberts, a very good second baseman. Orlando Hudson, obviously they're going to lose him in free agency. Doesn't look like they're going to re-sign him. But look for that to happen. Also, Mark Teixeira. There's two teams right now bidding for Mark Teixeira. That's the Anaheim Angels and the Baltimore Orioles. If the Angels can't sign Mark Teixeira, they're turning their attention to World Series champion, left fielder, Pat Burrell. So look for that to happen as well. Garrett Anderson isn't going to come back in Anaheim. He's a free agent. They bought out his contract. They had an option there. They will not exercise the option. And Pat Burrell very well could be their starting left fielder for the Anaheim Angels. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Pat Burrell, a guy who doesn't have much work ethic, man. Pat Burrell, yeah, that dude, I saw him in Vegas, and I was talking to Bob Brenly at the time, and he won a World Series championship ring with the Arizona Diamondbacks a couple years before that. And, Bob Brenly was in the airport, and I was coming home, and Brenly, I was talking to Brenly, and his son was out there actually trying out for UNLV, and they actually offered him a full scholarship. The kid looked exactly like Khalil Green. Anyways, I look over and I told Bob, I said, hey, Bob, I said, isn't that Pat Burrell over there? And he said, he's looking, he said, you know what, damn right, you're right. That is Pat Burrell. This dude had 4 bags filled with Taco Bell. Mexican pizza, a burrito, tacos, nachos, everything you can think of Pat Burrell was eating, and the dude was hungover. I mean, the dude was messed up. He's looking for a seat somewhere in the airport, trying to eat his Taco Bell. Oh, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. And I looked at Bob, I said, doesn't look like a dude that has much of a work ethic. He says, well, the rumor is that when this guy goes on the road, he hits every single strip club known to man. He never doesn't care about the curfew. Can care less about the curfew. He gets home at 2, 3 in the morning. And that's why he always looks sleepy. I mean, it's got to be. The dude parties. He does it right, I guess. Asking about CC Sabathia, and also Jason was asking about the Cubs and what they need to do. Jason actually touched on this a little earlier. The Cubs need a left-handed stick. They mentioned that they're going to go after a Jake Peavy. I'm not sure that's going to happen. They don't have the pieces for Jake Peavy. You know, Felix P.I. and a couple other guys aren't going to do it for Jake Peavy. It's just not going to happen. They don't have the pieces to send out to San Diego. You know, they have a good staff. You know, Zambrano, Rich Harden, Ted Lilly, and Ryan Dempster being a free agent. I'm not sure he's going to resign there. But they actually mentioned that they would offer him up to 4 years. But I just don't see Chicago landing him. I see that I see him going to Atlanta. Atlanta has what to offer. They got great prospects out there as always, and I can see him anywhere. And remember, Jake Peavy is from Atlanta, Georgia. He's a native there. He would love to go back there. He would also love to go to St. Louis as well. He mentioned going to the Dodgers, but I don't see that happening either. I think they're going to ask for way too much of the Dodgers, and it wouldn't be worth it. I wouldn't see that happening. It's going to be a very interesting offseason, by the way. Every Major League Baseball offseason is always interesting. So it should be fun. Brewers, CC Sabathia. He's asking about CC. CC Sabathia actually called Derek Jeter and wanted to see exactly what it's like to play in New York, what the team is like. That could be a big-time stepping stone for the Yankees in signing CC Sabathia. You know, Derek Jeter, obviously a salesman in that situation. He's going to sell his team as much as possible. To get a guy like CC Sabathia over, it would be huge. I mean, would be huge. Finally, the Yankees would go after arms instead of bats. The Yankees wonder why they don't win. It's very simple. You don't have pitching. When you're relying on Andy Pennett's shoulder, you're not going to be very successful. How many wins did Carl Pavano do for you? Signed a 4-year deal. He might have had 6, 7 wins. Sure, he got injured. I know. But, CC Sabathia would be a fantastic acquisition wherever he goes. What worries about me is the dude weighs like 3 tons. I'm not sure where his work ethic is. If you sign CC to a $100+ million contract, you know what happens in those $100+ million contracts. You know, I can name you a few players who signed those $100 million contracts and are absolute busts. Mike Hampton, Barry Zito, Kevin Brown. So, I'm not sure I would sign CC to that big of a deal. I'd sign him to a 4-year maxed-out deal. Dontrelle Willis, thank you. Dontrelle Willis. Dontrelle Willis was so bad. I'm not sure he signed $100 million, but he signed a big-time deal. It was in the range of 70 to 80. But Dontrelle Willis was so bad that they sent him down to the minor leagues. Can you imagine that? Sign a big-time deal like that, and they send you down. That's how bad you are. Wowzers. Rookie of the Year awards came out today. National League, actually yesterday, excuse me. National League goes to Giovanni Soto. No doubt deserved the award. Giovanni Soto, a very good catcher, was no doubt the National League Rookie of the Year. And, of course, in the American League, not hard at all, Evan Longoria. Evan Longoria from Bellflower, California. Holy cow, what a stud this guy was. Oh, man, was he good. Lights out good. Just a ball player. Plays third base very well. He's got a great frame. Actually, a friend of mine went to school with him and talked to him on the phone when he was on speakerphone, and he called him. He said, "Hey, Evan, what's going on? This and that," and it